Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome back to the Yokai Watch 4 Let's Play. And if you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and headed into the Nebma tournament of the finals. We just went and battled out with a Yokai character by the name of Shen, which there was multitude of different type of stuff that was going on just within that particular segment, within that Yokai character, once we had to go through that battle. We just went and learned about some stuff that was going on with Alistair, and we got to go and see our returning Nebma making a comeback here within our time of the game. And there he is right now, of course, within our time with some more of the cutscene that is going to happen from here. Now, also, too, not only that, but we did go and battle out the past of the Overseer, and I thought that that was going to be somewhat of the final part of our time within the game, but no, if you guys do recall, I did say that there was going to be 10 different chapters that were going to be happening here, but for what this 10th chapter is going to be all about is that we are going to have to go and actually fight the actual Overseer of the future that's going to happen, kind of like what happened back in Okami HD, where we kind of had to go through 3 different phases of the different Ororuchi. We had to take care of Ororuchi in the past, and then now we have to go and take care of another Ororuchi somewhere in another type of time dimensional area. It's very confusing around with how many Ororuchi battles that we have to go through within the actual Okami game, and I don't want your guys' brains to get hurt as much as I am right now, trying to learn everything that's going on right now within Yokai Watch 4. Now, within this video for today, I believe we are going to get ourselves started here in Chapter 10 and learning about the 5 different trials that are going to happen within our characters of our party that is going to be happening. So each individual character that we do have, such as with Bruno and of course with Prox, or I should say aka Nate, and with Katie and everybody else on the team, they are all going to have their own separate individual trials that are going to happen, and each one of them are going to be very difficult in some aspects, or there's going to be some that are going to be, I want to say, fairly a little bit easier than the others. Now, within our time for this episode in particular here, we are going to have to go and do one main character, well, for one of the trials that's going to happen, and that is going to be with Cole, which of course, if you guys don't know, I've been using Cole for majority of the time throughout the Nebma tournament, just because that I wanted to make things a little bit easier within our time, because I know that if we had like Katie, or if we had like some of the other characters on our team, like Bruno's actually somewhat pretty good as well too, but I just like Cole a lot more within the Nebma tournament, just because that we could just be able to just go and blow away the competition just by using our celestial summons and not really have all that too much of a problem from there. Now, within our time of how this Cole type of trial is going to be working here is that once we actually go and start jumping on into this, each of those different celestial summons that we have went and crossed on into, if you guys do remember, heading from like the Sokazon and heading into where the Mystic Row was going to be, or the Hukadan, where Genbu was going to be at. Well, all of these different other blade bearers that we have went and met up with during our time, we have to go and literally fight every single one of those celestial summons. I am not kidding you. We have to literally go and battle every one of those celestial summons that we have went and previously battled from before. So I just want to strongly recommend that if you guys are ever playing through here in Yokai Watch 4++, or even in the original Yokai Watch 4, I swear, you better make sure that you have a lot of items stacked, or even at least have at least some sort of good enough armor to withstand everything here, because unfortunately I don't think you actually have the option to go and switch around with your different characters within well, for what the battles are going to be, because I would have tried to see if I wanted to go and switch around with my different yokai. I can't really go and do that, or I can't even switch between my members as well too, which that is not good. So you want to make sure that you keep Cole as directly like basically healthy as possible, just so that he won't get himself into a game over, because once we go and tackle out with all the blade bearers that are going to be here, then you actually have the actual boss battle that is going to happen within this trial, and we have to go and face off with Lila Akala evolving into the actual Lord Akala form, because we haven't really got to ever really go and use Lord Akala all that too much. I know that we kind of saw him just for a little bit with that Jingeki battle. Now, if you guys are wanting to know about the whole Jingeki situation that happened, remember in one particular episode when we went and resaw the Jingeki boss from before, and we got ourselves with a specialized armor for that? Well, I actually do have that armor actually removed off of Venok, because I know that Venok did really well throughout our time of the Nemba tournament, just having that armor alone and actually just healing up everybody, because it's like one of our best healers so far. I actually did go remove that armor, and I did put it on Nicole, and that actually helped me out, like, I want to say, like, very big throughout both the actual Blade Bearer battle that was happening through here, and also with the actual Lord Akala battle. Now, just make sure that you actually do have Lord Akala as a part of your actual team that actually happens, and also as well too is that when you start going into the Lord Akala battle, you want to make sure that you actually remove Lil Akala off of your party, like actually like all the way off your party, not just like have him on the bench or anything, but actually have him removed off. Now we're gonna kind of see a little bit how this battle kind of works around over here, and I didn't really want to go show all my different attempts that I had to go out within this time. This is actually, I want to say, my actual 4th attempt that I had to go and do here. Now, originally before, I didn't even have, like, the Jingeki armor attached to Cole for the, well, here for like, some of my previous other attempts. This attempt right here, I actually do have the actual armor already placed here. But yeah, Cole did not really last for too long just within this battle alone. I got absolutely demolished. Like, Azura and I want to say Bayako are like, I want to say the 2 most strongest other celestial summons that are going to be here. And those are going to be like the 2 summons that you're going to have to like basically fight between each other. That's going to happen a little bit later on. Like Suzaku and like the other one, like with Genbu, really not all that too difficult, but they will be like somewhat of a problem just trying to do like some behind attacks, while Azura and Bayako are going to like try to do like the more close combat attacks. So you want to be a little bit careful heading on into there. But yeah, after like my 4th or 5th attempt, I'm happy enough that I went and actually demolished these guys, because it took so long. I want to say that probably when we go into like Bruno's trial, I think we're gonna have to well, basically battle out all the actual summons as well too that are gonna happen within our way for that time as well too, which I'm gonna be not really looking forward to that, because if you guys don't know, I absolutely hate Chiron, one of the most annoying celestial like type of disc summons for Bruno, and if I have to go and literally do that, that's gonna be really annoying. Yeah, so here we go. So now we got ourselves with the battle with Lord Akala himself. Now, this was just actually one attempt that I actually went and did out here. This one, I didn't really have to really worry about any type of problems, all that too much. This battle was actually, I want to say, a little bit less stressful than what the actual first battle was with all the different blade bearers. This one was like just kind of like your normal everyday type of celestial summon battle, which it wasn't really all that too much of an issue. And you guys are going to see this whole battle that's going to be playing out within our time out here. There's no edits or anything for this one, just so that I can kind of make this episode just a little bit longer for you guys to go in and kind of see what is happening from our time out here. But yeah, all you have to do is just kind of just use majority of your S-ranking yokai, and if you have like a lot of equipment already attached to them and whatnot, they'll probably at least take care of majority of the job for you. Now this battle here as well too, just like what happened before with the Blade Bearer, like Celestial Summon boss battle that we had to go for, since we don't really have the option to go and literally switch between our yokai or even between our members, you can't really do that here either, because again, this is all specifically meant for Cole for this trial, right? Because since we have 5 different trials, each of them has their own specific one, and we can't really go and switch between any of those type of characters. So you kind of have to like play around and see which type of character is going to be somewhat at least suited for what's going to happen here. Yeah, and I know that since I've been using Cole quite a bit, why not just go and just take care of this one and get this one all done and over with, which it's been really nice. And that Oni claw or that Oni hand actually does like so much damage, and it's like really nice to go and have. Now, I didn't really get to realize this, but for the actual attack, it says Oni hand 1, so I'm not really too entirely certain if I need to go to like a soul exchange and maybe like boost it up to like an Oni hand 2 or something. Maybe that will probably do like a lot more damage. But yeah, I know that a little bit later on, I'll have to go return back to the yokai world of the past and buy some more of those special items there for like the full health for all my guys. But yeah, here, like Dragoon, Lion, and Meta, that was all here for this one particular battle, all did really, really, really well. Like, we all kept, like, all in close range with all of each other, and I just want to just make sure that anytime that we start going into, like, the red, just immediately go and use up some of my bigger health out here for the time for that to go on and happen. But either way, since we do have Venok, though, Venok can just go and just heal up everybody else, which that's also something pretty handy right there. So yeah, so Dragoon's about to be going into the low health, and we want to make sure that Dragoon's gonna go and stay alive here throughout this battle, because if I lose Venok, then that's gonna not be really all that too good, and Lord Akala could actually get the more upper hand that happens within this battle. But for our first attempt, it wasn't as crazy as it was. So, very nice there. Okay, so far it seems like we went and kind of lowered one of his stats down, so that was pretty nice there. Yeah, if you guys kind of go and see, like, around where Lord Akala's text name is at, I think you can actually kind of see, like, what type of stats that he's going to kind of, like, be boosting or for us to go and lower down. But I think this is going to be the last part here, and we should at least get ourselves the one last final hit right here. Let's go and do it. Cole, come on. Go and knock him out there. Thank you. So now, with us having Lord Akala, we can actually summon Lord Akala now, once we actually do get ourselves with the special reward for our Stormweaver, because now our Stormweaver has literally become like the Master Sword at this point in time, which that's going to be really nice. So now, he can actually switch between both his adult form and also with his younger form. So he's almost like Link from Legend of Zelda, basically. We're just having this Master Sword here. Or to say the Stormweaver Sword, for that matter, since we are, of course, playing through Yokai Watch 4, though. So, very nice. Yep, so now since we went and defeated all these Blade Bearers now, we should be able to hopefully at least get ourselves with the completed of our quest, and then we can go and start moving off into our next type of, one of these other 5 trials here. Now, I'm not really too entirely certain about exactly who I'm going to be going on after for, so I think what I'm going to go and probably do is that I may probably want to go and do some, maybe like some of the more slightly easier ones, I want to say, because like maybe probably just go and do like a Katie trial, or maybe go and do like a Jack trial, I think. Because I think if I do those two, I think they should be at least somewhat moderately easy. I know that probably doing Nathan and maybe with probably with Bruno, I want to say maybe with those 2 other trials, those are going to kind of be almost exactly like what we just saw here with the Blade Bearer trial that we had to go with. But I know that since we're almost about to get ourselves almost a little bit closer into the end of this episode, I guess we should probably go and maybe do a little bit of an outro beforehand. But at least the good thing is, though, is that now, since we do have Azura, we can actually be able to go and cast the summon for him at this point. Because you guys do remember, we actually have this summon now during the time, like, before the Enema tournament, but we never really got to go and fully use him, so maybe later on down the road, we can potentially go and maybe use up with the Azura. That's going to happen. But anyways, I think about time that we are going to go and end on with this episode for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys also do and go and check out on the Super Mario Galaxy co-op. We are going to, of course, be doing that as our next episode within these 2 videos for today. So you guys go and stay tuned for that. We got some more stuff that's going to be happening within the fountain of all things. And yeah, so now we got ourselves with all of that all completed, and I think that's going to be about time where I am going to go and end things off here. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and of course, peace.